Happy birthday, Jan.
Hey, happy birthday,
thank
Jan.
you, bro. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of The Angry Barista. I am your host, Jan II. With me today is probably my hardest working contemporary in the music game, if not the hardest working musician I know, but I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's up? I'm Hadji Gaviota. Yeah.
Let's go! I've been meaning to do this Hadji episode for a minute. Me and Hadji go way back. I've seen Mr. Hadji go from album one, right? We worked on album one
Yeah,
together.
if you want to call even before that. Honestly.
Even before that.
I think actually before that would be. Yeah.
Before album one, we were working together. So, I mean, it's been a minute. I've seen him grow. I've seen him get a team of not only mad talented musicians that he plays with and everything, but also just like Harajuku, first of all. Bro. But before we get into all that, I do want to get into our history and like just the fact that we've known each other for a while now, like since the inception of my modern like music career, whatever you would like to call that at this point. I do want to touch on the fact that you just got vaccinated.
Thank you, man. Right here, big right arm. Oh yeah,
Damn.
I'm all vaccinated. 2 vaccines in.
Did you grow your third arm yet?
Yeah, I chopped it off beforehand. It's wrestling behind. You just can't see it from the camera angles.
Fuck. So Mark got microchipped, so he could be out here not spreading COVID anymore.
Yes, sir.
I've been thinking about spreading it. Did you get any adverse reactions when you took it?
You said I've been thinking about spreading it. Like I thought you meant like you're just like
That's not what
I've just been like really thinking about going out and doing it.
I've been thinking about going out and spreading that.
Both times I did something really exhausting the next day or the same day and then felt like shit the next day. But I don't know if it was because of the COVID vaccine or just because. So I went and had 2 sessions the day after my vaccine. And so I was like, damn, my voice is scratchy. And then I was like, well, I also just had 2 sessions. So that might be why my voice is scratchy. Right. And then the second vaccine, I went out and got really drunk with my friends because I was excited. And then the next day I had a terrible hangover. And was it the vaccine? Was it the alcohol? Probably the latter, but who knows? But
Was
I feel
it
great
aliens?
now. And it's been just about a week, so.
Oh shit. My Emily's mom, my fiance's mom, for everybody who's watching who doesn't know, she got the vaccine too. And the first shot, she was fine. Like she didn't notice anything. After the second round, she said like the whole next day, the whole 24 hours for the day after, she was just...
You feel like shit.
Bro, she was tapped out, bro.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people too. I was definitely down pretty bad, but it was an alcohol hangover as far as I could tell, or it was very similar. I don't know.
Now we're young as shit, so like I feel like even if we have any type of adverse reaction, as long as we're not in that like group of people where it's like either too overweight or like pre-existing health conditions, like I feel like we're fine if we take that vaccine. That being said, I might just wait until they perfect that 1-dose vaccine.
That shit dropped.
It dropped, but it's 66% effective.
I thought it was better than that. Really?
No, it's like 60, 66, some bullshit.
I mean, when you just avoid COVID, the percentile is higher. You know what I mean? Like you just avoid it, and you got the vaccine. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yo, and shout out real quick. I have to interject real quick. Shout out to Eden behind the producer chair real quick. Shout out to What the Fuck Media Studios, WTF. We're here in the seats of the greats. I wanted to take Charlemagne's spot on the couch, but you know what? It's not happening, and that's fine.
I feel like that's what it is now. People are coming in here to be like, I sat where Charlemagne sat.
I sat where he sat.
I'm gonna have to ask you some uncomfortable questions about your dick. So
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Is that really your meat?
It is. It's out here, bro. I'm gonna get a chocolate ass mold too, like they had on fucking Hot 97.
Oh my God.
So speaking about these COVID vaccines, I love, and I touched on a little bit of the conspiracy theories, but I love all these conspiracy theories regarding the vaccine and just like stuff around COVID. It's ridiculous. Do you have any favorite conspiracy theories? And they don't have to be about COVID or revolving this vaccine or anything, but like just that you've heard in the past year with
Just
everybody.
conspiracy theories in general?
Could be, yeah.
I'm gonna think about this. I mean, they're fun. I definitely get a kick out of it. I like the one this is not really a conspiracy theory, but the one that says all the characters on Ed, Edd n Eddy are actually in purgatory and they're all dead.
Oh, shit.
And that they're all from like different eras of time. And it's like some like really dark like backstory. It's like on like Reddit and shit.
God,
I like that one. I think I fuck with that one the most.
Fuck, wasn't there a similar one for Rugrats?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know the details of that one. But
that one was like more fucked up. It's more like babies that just didn't make it.
yeah.
Oh.
So that's why, like, let's say I forgot. It's like Phil and Lil. but it's like
Yeah.
Lil didn't make it. So that's why
Damn.
there's 2 of them.
What did they say that it was all Angelica's dream? Like she
like that, yeah.
she went crazy and like the babies are just like her like hallucinating.
It's probably just like
babies.
the same sick fuck who wrote the Ed, Edd n Eddy one wrote that
Yeah.
one too. And was like,
OD.
oh, I'm just gonna think of the worst possible scenarios for this.
How about Squidward Suicide? Have you heard of Squidward Suicide since we're on these?
Yes, sir. Definitely heard about that one.
Oh, do you know the details?
These are all like creepypasta stuff.
These are
Yeah.
creepypastas.
Yeah.
I love that I asked about conspiracy theories and now we're on the creepypasta.
Because it's
wave.
like close enough.
Yeah,
because
that's
that
more
one is
my
like
bag.
yeah, it's like an episode that might have aired and might have never aired, but it's a video that exists somewhere or doesn't exist. They don't know which one is the real video. So
like might exist like Walt Disney's head in the basement of Disney
yeah,
Studios.
exactly.
That's definitely
He was like, I'm gonna steal Nickelodeon soon.
Dang. Do you think if they revived him, he would still be anti-Semitic?
Yeah, probably. I don't think that just like.
I don't think it
you, like,
changes
You
after
don't
you
really
come
like
back
freeze
alive.
that away.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like it's not like freezer burn. You
You don't
can't
go
just
to like
stick
cryotherapy to like stop being racist. You like lie down and just like.
Yo, send every single racist person you know to Wim Hof,
Right.
so they can take a fucking ice bath.
That would be fucking crazy.
But
Lagoon, like Gucci Mane. Just come back like just peaceful.
next guest I'm gonna have on is Gucci Mane. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up.
Nice.
Fire, the real one or the clone?
The clone. Wait, is that a real conspiracy theory
That's
too?
a funny conspiracy theory. I don't believe that one, but people said because he came out of jail and like changed his life and like was all like in shape and like eating vegan or whatever he was doing.
He looks absolutely different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
But
he
that's
looks
also like what all those things would do to you.
He looks different in the face, doesn't he?
A little bit. But that's what happens when you lose weight.
I've known quite a few people who have lost weight. Are you pulling this up for us right now?
yeah, you purchased producer for a reason.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Welcome to your premiums.
That's
Oh
the same
my God.
dude. Like he just got brolic. Like he went to jail and was like, I'm gonna turn my life around.
Bro, that's not the same motherfucker. I promise you. That's a clone right there. That's the same thing they did to Eminem after he stopped doing drugs.
It was either he was really dedicated or he got some like lipo or some shit.
He might have just gotten he might have done the Dr. Miami route.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely possible. I believe that. But that being said, like it's probably the same human.
Yo, I mean,
Probably.
speaking of clones, what's the other famous person clone that's been floated around that like, oh, this person's not the same person anymore? There's a few of them, right? Eminem was one.
Paul McCartney?
Paul McCartney?
That's an OG one though. They
Yeah,
didn't have the
it is.
technology for that shit back then.
No. I mean, if they did come up with
There's that
cloning-
song where if you reverse it, it says I buried Paul.
Ooh.
They weren't there. Yo, if you fuck with conspiracy theories, you should probably beat the Beatles one.
Yo, can you pull that up?
The
Can you
Paul?
just Google I buried Paul?
There was some deep cut Beatles conspiracy theories. That was like the OG like
Oh,
band.
Strawberry
fucking weird
Fields.
shit.
Do you remember Strawberry Fields is the song that it's on?
It's at the end.
God damn.
I don't know what it really sounds like, but yeah, that's like a whole. That's like I don't know if it's reversed or it's just in the background or what the deal is. But
How about Stairway to Heaven? You remember that? Like you reverse Stairway to Heaven somewhere and there's like 666 or like I am the devil or something in there.
everything sounds evil when you reverse it for the most part, unless you pitch it up and then it sounds like a soul sample or like Drake's about to rap.
Actually.
Yeah,
Do you want to hear it?
Oh yeah, play that, bro. Cranberry sauce or I buried Paul?
Oh, he's taking out the whole thing.
Yeah, skip into it a little bit.
he didn't have to show us the whole.
Yeah, you didn't have to pull it out the shit.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, I need to hear that one more time.
Did we miss it?
He does it a couple speeds, I think.
I love the transitions.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
he said
hear
I
it.
buried Paul. Bro.
Yeah, that is probably what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
I thought it was gonna be way like crazier than that. I thought it was gonna be like,
Yeah.
like crazy.
Dude, that kind of stuff scares the shit out. I don't know why. Like I watch true crime and shit all the time. Like I feel like real life is like a little bit real life is a little scarier than true crime. Like I could watch some shit about like triple homicide and like this dude goes running for like 20 years and I feel like that's less scary than turning on the news or turning on notifications for the Citizen app.
Right.
I feel that shit.
I feel that.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like although I think things have been a little less hot in our neighborhood lately.
Things been fine. Yeah.
Yeah, for a second there, like all up and down Steinway before you got to Astoria Boulevard, like
Yeah.
north of Astoria Boulevard, it's popping. It's popping. Somebody getting robbed every other day.
I got robbed in like April.
What?
I live in the house that I grew up in right now. I live in the basement. My mom and like my stepdad and my little brother live like the floor above me and the floor above that. And so, but my old bedroom that I grew up in, which is in the top floor, I turned into a music studio. So like I have like all my recording shit up there. And so I was up there like maybe 10 p.m. This is like right in the heat of the quarantine, right? And I like went downstairs and like I just like see somebody in my kitchen. And I just think it's like my stepdad or something, right?
Yo.
And I'm like, he's hurrying out. So I'm like, oh, that's not my stepdad. You know what I mean? Like he's on a tear. So I catch him at the door and he's just like, yo, can I use the bathroom?
What?
And I was like, what? No, get the fuck out of here. And he just took off. And I looked around my apartment and it took me a second to realize what was missing. And it was my Nintendo Switch. And this motherfucker climbed in through my window, which is on the like a ground floor window, which I didn't even realize that a human could fit through, you know, because I never really thought about anybody climbing through. And I used to leave it open all the time. It's not open anymore, in case anybody was planning.
Nobody tried to rob
yeah.
him.
Don't think about it.
He walked past so much more like valuable shit and just like took my Nintendo Switch because he saw it from the window. But yeah, I got robbed. It was funny because it was right in the heat of quarantine. So like my first reaction was to be like, yo, I need to like.
Oh, we got a little interruption here. Oh, we good? Oh, okay. All right.
Cool. Yeah, no, I wasn't. But it was like my first reaction was to like wipe down like the doorknobs and shit. And then
COVID?
Because of COVID. This
That's fair.
motherfucker was just walking around. It was April, bro. Shit was hot.
You don't steal
Yeah.
my stuff and give me COVID.
Yeah, I was like, this motherfucker, he smelled like, my room smelled like cigarettes because he just like walked in there and just like stood there for a hot minute, I guess.
Wait, he climbed into your room?
Because my bedroom was like, it's
On the
it's
first
ground floor. Yeah, it's like basement kind of, but it's like you can walk in through the ground floor.
Yikes.
And yeah, so at first I thought he walked. I thought that he left my door unlocked or like I came in like that way, but no, he just climbed in through my window.
So what did he miss?
he
What
missed
did
like my laptop, like jewelry, like
Damn.
like AirPods, like a TV, like a fucking PS4 back then. Now it's a PS5, so he should try me again.
Try me again,
I
motherfucker.
upgraded.
He didn't take the charger. He didn't take like the games. Like he was obviously like in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I
You
don't know.
probably caught him like maybe 10 seconds into him.
Yeah, he must not have been there very long.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Lucky as fuck though,
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
And
Yeah.
like, imagine it was somebody who like really didn't have nothing to lose though, and he wasn't gonna leave.
Nah, yeah, he was on the way out. It was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was generally like a pretty safe situation.
What was your next step if he didn't leave?
If he didn't leave,
I'm sure you've thought about this 1,000 times.
Oh, I love that question.
he
too.
was bigger than me, honestly. So.
Oof. So you were like,
Yeah, I mean, I got heart and stuff. I guess I'm not really much of a fighter.
Are you scrappy? I like to think I'm scrappy.
I don't know how that would have gone. Honestly, he didn't seem like a very threatening guy. He was kind of aimless. He was like, I don't know. He just seemed like he was kind of out of it. I don't
Maybe
think
he
was
just
gonna
really
fight.
had a beef, like a really bad Super Smash Brothers beef that he had to settle.
I
That's
just
why he stole the
really
Switch.
hope that he kept taking care of my Animal Crossing island, or that shit is like Lord of the Flies now. It's like motherfuckers eating each other and stuff.
I was going to ask you what games you had in there.
Yeah, well, I copped another one.
Oh,
The
there you
worst
go.
part was that it was like Switches were sold out. There's no way he knew that. But like you couldn't get another Switch for a hot minute. I had to buy mine on eBay. Like, and I had to like start my Animal Crossing island over. I had like a full Pokédex.
They don't save that shit to the cloud?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that, yeah. They don't save it on the cloud?
I thought they would, but nah, I actually recently just started playing Pokemon Sword again so I could like complete it.
Nice.
I needed a little time off before I could like do all that work again.
Jesus
But
Christ. I'm glad you're okay, bro.
yeah,
for
it was
real.
all good. It
I'm
was like
glad
a
you're
year
okay.
ago.
I'm still to this day. I feel like I've never been in a situation like that, and
Yeah.
I'm thankful.
Same.
I'm really
Yeah.
thankful. Knock on wood. Okay, where's the closest? Is this wood?
No, the wood in front of you is wood.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, you got-
See, yo, I'm getting new glasses. Don't judge me.
I feel like Astoria is like reasonably not hot.
Yeah,
So it's cool.
Yeah, I would've
I
thought
only got jumped once when I was in high school. And I didn't even get jumped. They just tried to rob me and they were really bad at it. And I had my skateboard with me and I just skateboarded away. I
Jesus.
was like, that was a really poor attempt at robbing me. Like, I was like, y'all could have robbed me so easily.
I just don't be going out anymore. I really don't. I don't go out at all, bro. Like, I mean, let's circle back around since we were just talking about getting robbed. Let's circle
Yeah.
back around to conspiracy theories because I feel like
Fair.
the science community is getting robbed right now with this resurgence of the flat Earth community and the moon
Yeah.
landing being faked and shit.
Again?
Again. I feel like every let's say every 100 years or whatever, the flat earthers come out of their flat cave, their 2-dimensional cave, and they start some shit all over again, bro.
And they start throwing flats everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know where you guys
It's like
stand with.
crab walk out of the cave because they're like 2D characters.
Have you ever seen the episode of SpongeBob with Doodle Bob?
Yes, 100%.
Of course.
Yeah, it's exactly like
He's
that.
technically flat.
Bro, that's why. That's where it came from. I think every 100 years they come out of their cave and they start shit because, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I personally am a big space guy. I love space. If I wasn't a musician or if I wasn't born into the body of a musician, because I do feel like we're like, a lot of us are born with like the affinity for music. Like,
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so too, and most musicians are born with that affinity, some more than others, whatever, like those Juilliard fucking child prodigies, fuck y'all. But
Jesus.
I'm angry. This is why I call it the angry barista, because I'm fucking tight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm personally offended because I love space. If I wasn't a musician, I would definitely be an astrophysicist. And if I come into a large percentage or a large quantity of money later on in life, I'm super going back to school for physics. Super. I can't promise you I'm going to pass.
That'd be fun though. Yeah, that's like a cool thing to study on the side. Yeah, I fuck with space.
Space is lit.
Space.
But I mean, let's play devil's advocate here a little bit, right? How likely do you think it is that they faked the moon landing? I know they didn't, but like, if we're to give them a little bit of like, all right, like whatever, like I see how this could look a little bit fake.
Well, like I think my thing with a lot of conspiracy theories is it's like, why would they do that? They would do the fake moon landing. That made a lot of sense. So like they do kind of have like a motive to do it, which makes me be like, yeah. But I think there's enough evidence that they did. And the biggest problem with faking the moon landing, and I haven't read a lot of this, but like somebody would have snitched
Right.
Yeah.
a long time ago if they did that. A long time ago.
Apparently there are unsubstantiated snitches. There are people who said, oh, hey, like I was around when they were like building the set for the moon landing or whatever, but like people who don't really have credentials or who they can't verify.
Well, also like people might have been building a set for the moon landing because when the moon landing was happening, there were TV shows that wanted to show a moon landing. So it makes a lot of sense that there would be a set for a moon landing. So that's not going to be enough for me, honestly. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy that one. I do think that's a fun one though. Like, and like it's kind of funny to think about. And of course they would do that. Like, of course they would fake the moon landing.
It was easier to cheat back then than now, though.
Facts,
Like
way
visually?
easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but have you seen there's like 60 millimeter footage of or might be 40 millimeter footage of stuff on the moon,
Yeah.
bro. Can you pull up like Lunar Grand Prix?
Lunar Grand Prix.
Lunar Grand Prix is them driving one of their like man-controlled like rovers on the moon. You probably might have seen it, but they did like a digital remaster on this shit in 4K,
yeah,
and they
I've seen it.
stabilized the image so just the frame moves around. Crazy, absolutely nuts. That makes me want to go back to the moon. Apparently, we're going back to the moon 2024.
Let's go.
I'm going, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm studying. I'm getting my bachelor's in physical science. I'm fucking going to the moon.
Dude,
Let's get it.
I would respect it if you did. I think like I'm not really done with Earth. Bro, what kind of set could look like this?
Yo, right?
That would be a lot of work.
I'm not buying it. You saw what TV shows look like in the 70s,
Yep.
bro? Like that I'm not buying that. That's real.
Bro, and it bounces around too. Like it hits like little craters, little bumps on the ground, and it's like boom, boom, boom.
That's sick as fuck.
Right?
This is a little freaky.
You seen this before?
No,
Crazy.
I'm not.
I think I'm not done like checking out Earth. Feel me? But I do think this is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'd ideally like to do the first concert in space. I feel like somebody's gonna beat me to it, but I would ideally like to do the first like musical performance live streamed from like fucking low orbit or like the moon or
I don't know how
shit.
the audio works out there.
Yeah, for real.
It would take a while. It would take a while as long as you have a pressurized environment with air and like shit that you could breathe.
Like you need
Yeah.
a dome.
Yeah, you know how long it takes them to get footage and shit from Mars because they put fucking 4K cameras on that Perseverance bitch.
So I hope they would.
Weeks, days to weeks. If they want a short video clip of shit going around just like immediately around the rover, like 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Almost.
It's pretty crazy that they could even get it.
To get it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and then there's
Yeah.
going to be a period of like, I don't know how many months, but let's just say 2 to 4 months where they just straight up won't have any communication with the rover at all because the sun is going to be between us and Mars.
Because the rover is working on itself.
Yeah.
And it needs a little time.
It needs a little time. It's listening to some Frank Ocean records. Yo,
You're not gonna hear, dropping off social media. You're not gonna hear from me for a minute. I'm working on myself.
deleting this account. Real ones will know.
Hit me at my phone number if you really know me. All you social media followers are fake. You don't know shit about me. If you really know me, you know where to find me at.
Yo, you know where to fucking find me at. Speaking of, I love these natural segues that are occurring in the conversation right now because you're leading me directly through every single point that I want to get through today. Speaking of those ones, those real ones that know me, you now have Mr. Hadji has a team of people like kind of around that you work with in a collaborative way. I mean, like there's Mike who's producing for you.
Yeah, you called me the hardest working musician, and Mike is definitely a harder working musician than me. But I'm gonna take it.
But he's not like he's just starting to debut his own musical stuff right now. Definitely. So like I would say like when I say musician, I mean more artists, and I mean like more people like us. And like Mike is like a different animal and the same breed at the same time, like that Kobe commercial. R.I.P. Yo, I love that commercial. Do you guys remember that commercial with Kanye and
the triangle system or whatever?
I think.
What the fuck does that mean?
The Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. I remember that shit.
Amazing. But what I was getting to here is there's a lot of stuff that we've had to do for ourselves musically, and then there's a lot of stuff that when you have a team of people to collaborate with, sometimes you're able to like dispatch kind of responsibilities. What's something that you used to do on your own for Hadji, for like any musical project really, that you're glad you have help with now?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if my role has changed a ton. It's more like I can do things that I wasn't doing before. And I can get other people to help me with that. Because at the end of the day, my process is pretty much the same. It's like I write my parts in the studio, or I go to the studio and I record them, and then someone engineers them, and then I put them out, and I do all the marketing shit. And so like it's really more just like that Mike has gotten better at all that stuff, and he was already good, but like he gets better as I get better, which is a great part. And then just knowing other great musicians means that I can like add things to the stuff that I wasn't adding before. Like I'm blessed to know so many like fire people I could hit up and be like, yo, can I get some crazy piano on this or some crazy guitar on this, and they would just be able to do it, or like a feature, or all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd say that's like, because I feel like my process hasn't changed that much. It does make it possible for me to make more of it, because knowing so many talented people means like Mike's only got so much time in a week, but like I now know other producers that I can work with, and like I can be making music almost every day, which is great.
Yeah, that I feel like that takes a load. Like when you have people to produce for you, with you, musicians to contribute to projects and stuff, I feel like that alleviates the workload in a way that's insurmountable. Like it's fun to do everything yourself, and that element of control where you're like kind of controlling everything is cool. It's kind of intoxicating sometimes, but really like that old saying, 2 heads is better than 1, and then 2 plus whatever, like that, it really rings true. And I think like you would probably attest to that a lot.
Oh,
like,
1000%. Collaboration is key. Like,
what's one of the new things that you feel like you're able to do now because you have more opportunities for collabs, more people that you could reach out to?
I think just make more music, because I can, at the end of the day, like I never want to go into the studio and be like, oh, today's the day I got to make a hit. Today's the day I got to go and make a X kind of song, Y kind of song, a Z kind of song. Like, because I know I can go back tomorrow and I can go back Wednesday and I can get another at bat making a song this week, I have less pressure to like be like, I need to write the next X, Y, Z song. So it's like, because of that, I can allow myself to like just kind of do whatever I feel like in that day in the studio and not worry. Like I can just get sucked into the creative process and not be like, oh, could this come out? Or like, oh, this doesn't sound like X, Y, so I need to like turn around. Whereas in the past, I might have done that just because I was on like a way more fixed schedule and I didn't have as much like going at that moment. Now it's like I feel like I can give myself the pressure, and it's like I don't even have to worry about if anybody has to hear this or not. I just get to go through the process of making it. I can learn something from that, and I can apply that, and at some point something's going to come out from all that,
Yeah, I like, just for the context, I like every song that Mark works on because I get to hear a lot of these shits like even unfinished.
Yeah.
Even the ones that he doesn't like, I'd be like, yo, that's fire. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know.
At what point do you tell your friend or a musical friend, like, okay, this is not doing it?
Yo, it really depends on how serious they are.
Yeah. I mean,
and what they're going for.
I look at things like not I mean, and maybe this is bad, not stylistically in the big picture. I just look at their, like, if they're objectively good, right? So, like, maybe say, like, there's a song that you'll put forward and you're like, I don't really like this. And maybe it's because it stylistically doesn't fit with, like, a certain body of work that you're working on at a certain point. Like, sometimes, like, in my brain, I'm like, oh, that song's fire, just, like, kind of objectively speaking, even if it doesn't fit with another body of work, not knowing that that's kind of the point. Like, when you're putting together a project, is to do songs that kind of fit together.
Right.
Yeah. You know? But, damn, that's a good question that you brought up, Eden. When do you tell
When do you tell your boy that that's not it?
that's not it? Yeah.
It really just depends on, like, what they're going for. If your homie's just making music for himself and puts it out and, like, doesn't have a lot of pressure, it's not like, yo, I'm about to drop $1,000 on marketing it and all that crazy shit, like, then you're like, yo, just let it rock. You might be like, yo, like, I think you could redo, like, X, Y, or Z, but it's like, if they're not trying to, like, push it to, like, make it their career, then it's like, just give them the space to explore it and stuff. That being said, if you got homies who are putting shit out and taking it really seriously, and they send you 3 songs, like, you could be like, the first one is not my favorite. I really like the second one or the third one. And, like, yo, I'm always, when I say that, like, I'm always like, this is just my opinion. So, like, don't take my opinion to be, like, the holy grail of opinions, because it is just my opinion. Like, somebody else might feel differently. And, like, there are a lot of times when it's like, even with my own music, like, I might like a song not as much as other ones, but that's the song that everybody else likes more.
Yep.
And it's like, you just kind of learn how to, like, figure that out from, like, people, you know, giving you the feedback and stuff. But yeah, I would say, like, you just always keep it 100 with people and match, like, your kind of response to how serious they are. Because when it's like they're super, super, super serious, then you can be like, oh, at like 43 seconds, I heard like XYZ and it just sounded a little funny. But if it's just your homie making shit, be like, yeah, that was dope. Send me another one, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are you going to do? You know, like, just let them rock. Just keep making more.
I'm scared sometimes because I've had bad experiences without naming any names or name dropping people, like, specifically. Because even though, like, I feel like anybody I mentioned right now, you guys wouldn't know, but
yeah.
I've had bad experiences where I kind of reach out to somebody, like, who sent me something, and I'm like, yo, like, I gave them specifics. I'm like, this part is, like, kind of whatever, and then this part, like, you could definitely change. Like, it sounds cool, but try this instead. And they didn't at all react the way that I wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's out of your hands,
reaction.
Oh yeah, it's like, yo, well, I think it's good. I have this one friend that I feel like I'm gonna describe him in a way that, like, he won't get it, but people around him will get it.
Right.
I have this one friend who thinks he's fire. He's just fire. Like, he's just like, you can't tell him shit about a song. Like, he'll put a song together and be like, yo, I put this song together, and send it to you. What do you think? And if you say anything besides it's fire, he's like, nah, bro, you're bugging out. This is fire.
I mean, I feel like at that point, like, the criticism surpasses whatever he feels. So it's like,
Absolutely.
if it makes him feel good, fine, whatever. The best thing you could do is just ask if you could give a suggestion. If you can't, then that's fine.
Unfortunately, like, by the time it hits Spotify, there is no suggestion button.
Oh, that's
it's
true.
the skip button, and you can't stop the skip button and be like, wait, hold on, this shit is fire. Like, so it's like, you're never gonna, like, if you don't take the feedback at that moment. And, like, again, I think it's super important to, like, know who you're getting feedback from. I think that's the most important stuff. On the other side, not giving feedback, but, like, receiving feedback on your own music. Is like, I have friends who I expect are going to give me great detailed feedback on songs where I'm rapping more, because they're super into hip hop and we can talk about hip hop for hours. And, like, I'll send them the other stuff and, like, they probably won't give me as detailed feedback on it because they're just like, yo, this is fire.
Yeah,
I don't
they
really
don't
know
get it.
what your reference is for this. So I just like it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's always a good feedback for me too, because a lot of times, like, especially, like, as somebody, like, for me, like, I do dance around a bunch of different genres a lot. So it's like, if I, like, send my music out to people who don't necessarily listen to, like, indie rock, but it's got, like, an indie rock vibe, and they're like, yo, like, I don't really fuck with indie rock, but I fuck with this is cool, then that's, like, as good of a stamp of approval as, like, the super detailed feedback from the indie rock friend.
Yeah.
You know?
'Cause
And
you're
it's just,
making
like,
something.
knowing how to, like, take feedback from different people and when to prioritize one person's feedback versus another. It just takes experience of receiving feedback and getting used to it, you know?
Yeah.
Because then there are people who tell you your shit is ass. And then they're ass. So it's like, it's like,
What's the standard?
You're like, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. It's like, they have never demonstrated to you that they have an ear for determining what's good or not.
Right.
And so it's like, they can think your shit is ass.
Yeah.
You're not making stuff for them because clearly your idea of what you're making is not aligning with what they want to listen to or what they want to make or what they want to hear or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take it personally.
It's always a little extra hurtful when somebody you like or like somebody who you think has fire music.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you suck. I'm always like, oh.
Well, you should just never tell somebody that they suck.
Yo,
Like, that's
right.
just
For
such
real,
like
you should never do that. Yeah.
It's like such a dick move. Like
People have done it.
I'm
People
sure
done
they
it.
Are
have.
these like close people to you?
No, nobody close to me.
Exactly.
Nobody close to me.
Still, even worse.
I mean, yo, yeah, like how do you don't even know me, bro.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
even know me, bro.
So you could just be like, it's not it, and then maybe give some like constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one thing people don't understand to do in that kind of moment is to you could tell them there's something wrong. You can also show them how you can make it better.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think that's the most important thing giving feedback is be like, yo, what if you tried
Yeah.
XYZ instead of this? I think that's like that changes the whole thing. Because you're also saying the same thing that you would be saying if you were like, that ain't it. But you're not just saying that ain't it, you're giving them like a pathway for it to be it.
Right.
You're giving them a new a chance to try something new
Yeah.
that might improve.
I think that's really important when giving feedback, and also something that you can like see when you're receiving feedback from people. The people who do that for you more often are the people who you might want to like gravitate towards getting feedback from. People who like clearly are like invested in this,
Just in case anybody was wondering, Mark is one of those types of people. He gives constructive feedback.
I try, yo. I mean, shit.
We got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Before I move on to this next line of questioning or topic, I guess,
Yeah.
got to give a quick shout out to some of your collaborators. Abby and Mr. Jerome just
Yo, they
put
dropped
something
today,
out.
baby. Dead phone out now.
Dead
Relax with
phone.
you. They got so many in the tuck, man. I don't even know where to start.
I love Jerome's. I love his musicality. I love what he does, and then Abby's voice, obviously.
Yeah, it's
super nice to
fantastic.
listen to. You should listen to them, Mr. Eden.
Spell that out for me.
Dead phone, but it's one word, and the O is a 0 instead of an O.
Took the words right out of my mouth. He knows exactly how to tell you how to find that.
Bro,
just
come
dropped
on.
today. It's called Relax With You. They have a video coming next week that's incredible. It's with Adam Ginsberg, who shoots pretty much all my videos at this point.
I was about to hit that Adam shout out right now because I was going to ask you about videos next.
Yeah, I've really started to prioritize
them?
Yeah, that's them.
That's them. Is this going to be in the podcast too?
I could put it in. Yeah.
Oh, you're beautiful, bro.
Yeah, definitely shout out them. They're the goats.
But yo, so Hadji's done a few videos. Do you want to talk to us about a couple of the videos? I have like some specific video questions.
No, ask me the specific question.
You want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I just have one specifically right now, and then the direction of the questioning will be dependent on what you say for this. But are there
Fine.
any specific instances that you can remember shooting any of your videos? I rewatched all of them again yesterday.
Nice. Every click counts. It's great.
Are there any specific moments filming that you had that were like crazy or funny or unexpected? There were a couple of them where you did on location, like in Astoria, but then there are a few of them that you did away. Like,
Yeah.
What's the craziest moment you've had in shooting?
In shooting a music video? I feel like the Runner's High one was pretty crazy because like we had like the samurai swords and we were in the woods.
Were
We
they
also
real
had a
samurai
drone
swords?
running. Those are real samurai swords. Yeah, Adam had them for some reason. He had two. I don't know why. I was literally in his room and I just like looked. I was like, "We're gonna use this, right?"
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. There's something about a certain type of dude, like, and dudes specifically, not
facts.
that like have blades and weapons.
Big facts.
Zach has
Yeah.
mad like.
Nah, he
they're
would.
fake.
Yeah.
They're fake, but like it's like he has mad of those like movie prop weapons.
That's fire. That's like a cool like thing to collect. I fuck with that. Like,
But was that like what was crazy? What was crazy about Runner's High?
well,
specifically?
also it was like January 11th or some shit like that, and it was just like 65 degrees and sunny. So it was like just an incredible. Like it was 2020, so it was like right before the virus hit and shit. And it was like just we had like the most incredible weather day. Like I thought it was gonna be cold as fuck the whole day. Like, and we just had the best weather for this video.
Damn, so it was crazy in the way that like unexpectedly you guys had like the perfect conditions
Yeah,
for the shoot.
it was great. I'm trying to think what else I might have run into that was like, I guess like 4049 I had to jump in the water a couple times. That was kind of cold, but it's cool. It wasn't that ridiculous.
Did you guys have any hiccups that stopped the process? Oh, you started laughing. You thought of something.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk hiccups, like the most recent one, Lukewarm, like the whole beach thing, I had just bought my own drone for videos and I had never used it before. And I brought it to the beach without the propellers. Which I assumed like would just be like attached to this. Why the fuck would a
Yeah.
drone not just have propellers attached to it?
Right.
Little did I know they were like in the side of the box that I needed, and like I just didn't bring it with me. So I just had this drone. It could record videos, it just couldn't fly. So you would have to hold it like this, you know. And
You
like,
had a
use it
nice
as
little
camera.
nice little gimbal right there.
Yeah.
LOL.
So we just like we audibled the whole thing. That entire beach section was like we were planning on doing these cool like synchronized things with the green people where like they would have been like spinning around me and it was like with the drone and
From
stuff.
overhead.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out. I think Adam, like, this is like why he's so great to work with. Like, we still made that video look like it was intentional,
Yeah,
Right.
improvising.
which is really valuable to have, like, when it comes to video stuff. But yeah, that was definitely an unfortunate moment. Yeah, we're shooting some more crazy ones coming up, so I might have some more info on that. We did just shoot one in January, yeah, I guess it was the end of maybe early February, mid-February. That was like 2 weeks ago. I don't even know what day is what anymore. But it was cold as fuck. Let me
Me
tell
neither.
You. Like, it
I'll
was
tell
like,
you.
Yeah.
Bro, are we running out of time?
No, I was telling you to look at your phone.
Look at my phone.
Yeah.
Where are we looking at my
It's
phone?
already too late now. Now the fourth wall is broken. I was asking him to give me your @ so I could find it on the
Oh.
Yeah, Hadji Gaviota, right?
Yeah, HADJIGAVIOTA.
Do it one more time because then the people at home can know where it is.
I got you. HADJIGAVIOTA.
Gotcha.
That's that right there. That's that heat.
Sir.
That's that plug right there.
Trying to think. From those other videos, what was like the craziest moment?
I'm sure you've had a few that you just need to think.
It was like, honestly, like shit has just always worked out. I don't want to jinx it. Like, it's just been pretty like easy going. I feel like the last like 7 of them, like all those like purgatory ones, were pretty easy to shoot. Like, I didn't run into any issues off the top of my head. The Catch These Hands one took like a bunch of different days, but in terms of like things going wrong, like everything worked out pretty much.
Shit. Well, where are the concepts? I don't want to go too. I don't want to go too into the mishaps because that's not where we're here. We're celebrating. We're celebrating this joyous occasion of us getting together. But like,
Facts.
What? Where do the concepts for the videos come from? Do you always theorize them first, bring them to Adam, or like, or some of them Adam's
That's usually
ideas?
that's pretty much usually how it goes. Is I mean, for the ones that were Adam's videos, like, yeah, I come with an idea first. I mean, a lot of times I have a song. For me, like a lot of the songs that come out, they've already existed for a certain number of months, you know? And so I sit on a song for a minute and I listen to it a cajillion times because that's just what musicians, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you make music, you're going to listen to your own music a lot, like repeatedly. And so when I'm in those kinds of bags, like I just get an idea. And I remember telling my mom, like, we were in Paris in like December 2019. And I was just like, yeah, I got this idea for a new song where like I'm gonna get chased in the woods with like a samurai sword. And she was just like, where do you come up with this shit? And I was like, I don't know. Like, it just like I listen to the song enough times. I see something on TV. I hear an idea, and then it just like starts, and then you kind of build that idea out. For me, like, I don't come from a film background, although I'm like starting to gain one just from having to do so many videos and being on that side, right? That like I'll be like, okay, yo, Adam, like, this is what I see in my head. How does this become like a physical like thing that we can do?
Because he has the know-how to like map it out, shot
1000%.
list, and shit like
and
that.
he'll know like what kind of camera he's gonna use.
Yeah.
The tripods and the time of day for the lighting and all that shit, all that good shit.
Damn, I'm trying to be in a Hadji music video. What's up,
I
bro?
mean, man, yo, like it's shit's tight with COVID. Like, you know, you just be having the bare minimum of people at places, but I'm definitely gonna need some mob shit eventually.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas for videos myself that I want to get you in on. So we're gonna have to talk about this at a later date.
Yeah, man.
There's one in particular that I need a couple people for, and I definitely want you there since you're vaccinated now. You don't give a fuck. Not to say that lightly.
I'm out here.
But yo, bro, it's all love out here. I'm excited to see whatever the next song you do a video for is. Do you feel comfortable saying which one you're working on next, or do you want to keep that as a surprise?
Thankfully, all my music that's out has visuals. I mean, I can't even think of a song that doesn't have visuals that I've put out. So it's all stuff that's finished.
Yeah.
So I have an EP that's done musically. I mean, just like mixing, mastering shit, but it's musically done. And I'm waiting on some business stuff to figure out when I'm going to put it out, but it's ready to go. Like, I'm really just chilling. I'm going to be in 5 music videos in March that I'm shooting.
Jesus.
I have one on Saturday with She Loves Boone, B-Pon, the man.
Shout out Mr. She Loves Boone.
Yeah, that's the guy. We have a collab song that's coming out in March. So it'll be out this month.
I heard.
And yeah, exactly. It Mike produces, so I figured, yeah. Yeah, so that'll be out. I have a song with Jerome with Low Effort that's coming out also this month that we're also shooting a video for next weekend. And then I'm shooting a Hadji video the weekend after that. And then I'm shooting 2 Hadji videos the last weekend of March.
Gee.
In the same day. Like we're just using the same space for 2 videos. And that'll be the entire EP. So I have one of the videos already shot, and then we're shooting 3 of them this month. And then I'm going to California in April, so I just wanted to get it all done.
Yeah. Wait, are you shooting a video in California or
No, I'm just going for other stuff. But
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because by that time you're already gonna have all the visuals for the project.
Yeah, I just want to be able, like, Adam has to edit stuff, and like I'm sure that'll take some time and stuff, but like I just want to be like able to like not be there like and have it be finished, you know. So like my musical contributions are done for the project already. My visual contributions will be done by like, you know, the end of March. And then whenever the timeline gets ready for me to go, it'll be ready to go, you know. Also, I have a video for a song that's coming out in April with this guy Aaron's House that I'm excited about.
In April, you said?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but maybe April. But the video's done too. We shot that 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of content coming out. There's a couple things coming out that don't have visuals too that I'm a part of, as well as another feature in March.
You see why I call this motherfucker hard working? He works.
Yeah, man.
It's interesting to see what people push through with even during a whole pandemic.
Yeah, man.
The drive is just not over, you know?
Yeah.
You got to work around it.
It just made me think differently about stuff. It was actually like, it's not a good thing. I'll never call it a good thing, but it did give me the space to like reflect a lot on what I was doing, what I could do better, what is more effective, and all that kind of stuff. So I, in a weird way, I'm thankful for the time. I'm not thankful for the disease, but
Right.
It did give me the space to figure some shit out and kind of like, you know, steer the direction in a more accurate way, I guess.
It's whack because like I've definitely lost 2 of my aunts to COVID as well,
terrible,
but
man.
like
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay, bro. And like it's something that I've already had to deal with, but I was saying that because like I really am somebody who believes in the fact that like every cloud has a silver lining. Like
Yeah.
and the silver lining in this case, in your case, is like in our case, really, because I really relate to what you just said, is the pandemic kind of gave you this baseline. It gave us this baseline of like what, you know, what's important, what are we supposed to be doing right now, what are we focusing on, what should we focus on? And I feel like a lot of people who are fortunate enough to be in a situation where they weren't immediately in danger could benefit from that type of perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that was definitely me. So it was definitely a good reflection time. But I've been saying like it's like I had enough self-reflection done for like 10 years now. I'm just trying to like not self-reflect for like a hot minute when the shit is over and just like be a complete mess. Not actually, but you know, like in theory.
I want to get silly all over again, but I got to get through this line of just this quick line of questioning before I get silly. All right. Last thing I wanted to touch on that was more serious, that was more based on the musical stuff right now is emotionally, because I know us musicians are sensitive ass people. How did it feel? And we've definitely talked about this before, but the first time you heard your music outside of the country, how did that feel?
I mean, that was a wild story. I mean, it was just so like unexpected. My mom had a business trip to Paris, or it wasn't a business trip. My cousins were studying abroad in the Netherlands. They were going to go on vacation to Paris. My mom was like, yo, let's go visit them. So we went to Paris in like December 2019. My mom was like, oh, my firm's going to pay for this like fancy dinner. We're going to go to this fancy restaurant. So I went out with all of them, like my cousins, their mom, my mom. We were at this restaurant and they played The Second Sex. It was like another Queens artist that I've worked with before. And so I was like sending him a video. I was like, bro, this is crazy. They're playing you in Paris. Like, bro, I'm just out to dinner. Like, I didn't have anything to do with this. I swear. Like, I mean, he's got shit going on. So it's not like the craziest thing in the world. They'd be playing him somewhere. But I just like immediately sent him a video. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Then me and my mom, the next night, we're going to go to this other restaurant. We walked in. It was crowded. We were like, nah, let's go to this place across the street. We walk into this place across the street. It's got like the same ownership and the same menu as the other restaurant we were at the night before, which is really interesting. And I sat down and they played another Second Sex song. And I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are like tapped in. Like, this is so interesting. And then I was like, because me and him have a song together, and that's the song that ended up being played. Like, I was like, yo, in the back of my head, I was like, what if they play Hemlock? That would be kind of cool. It's like not even in like my top 10 most popular songs on Spotify, but because like these dudes were tapped in with the second sex. I was like, there is a chance like this is gonna happen. And then it came on, and I was like sending a video. I was like, yo, mom, like this is me. Like, I mean, she knew, but like I was like, you know, and so we caught the moment. Like we told the waiter, we were like, yo, like this is him. They were like, what do you know, in French, like, well, what do you mean this is him? I was like, no, this is him. Like that's him. You know, it was cool. It was a really like surreal moment. Like I feel like everybody who does music, like, for the most part, like it spends like, even if it's just in their head, like spends a lot of time trying to convince the people that they love that like this is something that could be serious. That bought me so much fucking time. Oh my god, I can't even imagine like what like. The crazy thing is that made me what like 0.0006 cents, but like that was the most valuable 0.0006 cents of my life for sure.
Because getting put on in front of your mom is like something crazy, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm still waiting on that moment for me. Even though I have the validation of my peers, like I have like, I have moments, I have opportunities that I've been able to work with people that I've loved working with. I still want that moment of like being with my mom and then having one of my songs play somewhere.
It happened a lot earlier for me than I think I would expect it to happen. So, but it was definitely like a really cool moment of, and then my parents have been supportive the whole time, so I didn't even need that or anything. But it was like, it was a very, very cool moment. I was pretty happy about
It's
it.
great to give that as a gift to your parents.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's like, yo, mom, I'm doing it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was really cool. It was a really cool moment.
Jesus. All right, we getting serious again. I don't cut stuff out, but what's your what are we talking? Can we talk about marijuana? Are you comfortable talking about marijuana?
I don't smoke anymore. If
You don't smoke? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, I just in the process of renewing my med card right now. That's why I brought it up.
Is medical in New York?
It is 100% legal in New York.
Oh, is it really?
Medically.
Oh, medically. Okay,
medically.
okay.
They actually didn't even used to sell flour until recently. And get this bullshit. They only sell flour that's ground up for you.
Interesting.
Yes, I don't get why they
a
can't
little
sell
freaky to me.
the buds. Like they have to grind it for you. I'm like, what are you putting in this?
Do they do it in front of you?
No.
Oh.
It comes in a little vial and it's already
really
ground
weird.
up.
I don't
me out a little
understand like the reasoning behind that rule.
Well, in benefit for you, across the water, there's recreational in Jersey.
Oh, and yeah, so you can just go pick
So
that
you
up.
could just go pick that up in Jersey. Or
Allegedly,
New
we could allegedly pick it up. Let's
Allegedly.
choose our vocabulary well for this, this
right. Yes.
section.
Allegedly. Yes.
We could hypothetically pick it up.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Right.
We're fucking recreational dispensaries aren't going to be open until next year, 2022.
Really?
In Boston, in Massachusetts, when they legalized it recreationally, me and Emily were like, "Fuck, let's go! Like, let's spend a weekend over there. Obviously, we don't have to bring anything back. I'm not trying to get Breaking Bad audited or whatever. But we tried to plan this trip, and then to our avail, there were no fucking dispensaries open. We didn't actually end up going, but like I was 2 seconds away from actually booking the shit.
Damn.
And then it took a whole year afterwards, and I remember reading because these dispensaries, the medical ones that already exist here and the ones that already exist in New Jersey, they have a particular type of license. It's the medical license. In order for them to sell recreational bud, they have to get a recreational license.
When I went to Chicago, I went to my first dispensary ever, and there was 2 lines, one for medical, one for recreational. But then it was interesting because then if you did recreational, you had to pay in cash. But if you did medical, you could pay in cash or card.
That wasn't. Imagine it's just not legal. They just have the recreational line.
Isn't that
Do,
crazy?
like,
And that was the
selling dime bags and
weekend
shit.
that it opened up too. It was All-Star Weekend. Yeah, they opened up. Like
was
they
well
opened up
timed.
to being recreational in Chicago.
That was
Dang.
well timed.
I went to Colorado like right after they legalized it, and so like generally speaking is like federally, because it's illegal, they have to do business in cash. It was so scary to go into some of these dispensaries.
Right.
Like before you got in, when you got in, it was like being in a candy store or whatever.
Yeah.
But like before you got in, shit was sus.
Oh, really?
Shit was sus. Like there's an armed guard strapped up. Some of these dispensaries got like dudes with like a pistol, tasers, like fucking handcuffs or whatever. Some of them, the dude's just standing there with the fucking AR-15. Yo, bro, scary as fuck.
Colorado,
Where's your ID? It's like always the same thing. Where's your ID?
And that, how long ago was that for you?
2015.
Probably some old dude outside now, just like asking you for ID now, and that's it.
Bro, it's probably soft as shit now. You go over there.
For me, like, I've never been to a dispensary, but I went to Portland. I want to say it was 2016, and I was still 20, so I wasn't 21 yet, and I had to sit on the stoop with like my friend's like 14-year-old brother, you know, because like we were both like not allowed in.
God damn.
Yeah, so it was like he was just telling me about like his high school problems and dramas and stuff, and my friends went inside and got to decide whatever they were gonna buy.
Bro, Portland's wilding out now because of the. Did you hear that they legalized drugs in kind of all drugs?
Yeah, like
I thought that was
in
Washington
the
State.
widest spectrum of drugs.
Washington State. Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know my geography.
That's like next door, but
Yeah.
Portland's in Oregon. Washington State is like Seattle.
Washington State legalized it? It wasn't Oregon that legalized it?
I thought it was Washington State.
You might be right.
They might have
Let's
both.
see.
It would not be that surprising if Portland did it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's Portland. I love Portlandia. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've never seen
love
it,
Portlandia.
but I've been there. I've seen it like in person. It's cool. I fuck with Portland. It's a cool city.
Yeah, it was Oregon. Oregon decriminalized.
Oh, Oregon
all
did too?
drugs. Yeah.
Whoa.
Cool. I mean, that's been happening outside of the U.S. for a long time. A lot of countries. Portugal, for example, is crazy. Like you just walk around in Portugal, there's dudes like, "Yo, I got that coke. I got that coke."
Yep.
In Portuguese.
And it's not legal there, right?
No, it's legal. It's decriminalized or whatever. They don't give a fuck.
I still, even if it's
All drugs.
decriminalized, I'm not going to the corner plug for cocaine.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, but it's decriminalized, and like, there's a lot of statistics on whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't dug all the way into it, but if some U.S. states start doing that, like, they're not the first to do that. So there is like a lot of like science behind it. It's
Yeah.
not like, I don't know if you've ever seen The Wire. I just watched The Wire, so it's like there's a whole season where they flirt with like legalizing drugs, and it's not like that. It's like a little.
Is it a little? Would you say it's a little more
hopefully-
Wild Westy? It's a
No,
little
it's
bit-
more like just kind of like, you know, like they shift their focus into like more public health stuff. So like they you know, rather than focus on like throwing a dude in jail for, you know, possessing heroin, they're like, we're gonna focus on like, you know, clean needles centers, like needle exchange centers and like rehab centers and stuff.
They started doing that uptown. There's by my cousins live like Washington Heights ish area, and there's mad clinics, and I feel like that's probably a good thing. It's
Oh,
more than
yeah,
likely a
I
good
would
thing,
imagine, yeah.
right? I'm more excited about, and this is what we're gonna end on. I'm more excited about the potential in psychedelic drugs for like treatment of clinical depression and shit like that.
Yeah.
PTSD and all that. Yeah.
Bro, yeah, because like I mean, I signed up for a few because like I'm somebody who struggles with anxiety and depression pretty often. Not to end on a serious note, but
It's real shit though.
Yeah.
we all do, and I'm not sponsored by BetterHelp or nothing like that. But I am gonna end with the saying that I had Mark in here. I had Mr. Hadji in here. I've revealed his secret identity. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
This is, I don't know if you knew this, but this is like about the 5th time that you've done this in this whole episode.
I
It's
know.
cool. Everybody knows. Everybody knows about it.
Look, check it out. I've been revealing secrets since the 5th grade, bro.
Whoa.
I'm out here. I can't keep a secret. I can't tell a lie. I can't tell a lie.
Johnny Appleseed ass motherfucker, bro.
The only reason, not the only reason, but the main reason I had Mark in here is because music, like any other form of art, is a way that you could fucking get those demons and exercise them, bro.
Yeah.
You can exercise them with the power and the love of music.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah. And that being said, bro, I want to thank you for coming, Mr. Mark.
Dude, thank you for having me, man. This is sick.
This is amazing. I wish I was able to brew coffee, but you know what? This is a revolving door of fuckery.
We made it work.
We made it work.
Is there like a little traveling set you have? You could have done that here.
I do have a traveling set, but I thought too late. You know what I mean? I thought too late about it. This was going to be my last episode before a hiatus, but since we're at the end of the episode, I might as well say this now. I'm flirting with the idea of combining brands with my friend Milan. Shout out Milan, kid with the curly hair on
yes.
Instagram. He is restarting his coffee web series pretty soon, or starting to work on it again. He is going to start shooting video for me at our studio.
Let's go.
You know, so we'll start doing some video episodes. You can come back anytime, bro. You can come on any episode.
I'm gonna be back, bro. I'll just be there half the time anyway. Like,
Bro, you could come on any, like literally you could be like, yo, are you shooting an episode this week? Can I come on? Oh, who is it? Oh, I like that person. Like, can I come on?
yeah, dude.
Bet.
I'm so down. I
jumps
love
on.
being on podcasts. This is fun as fuck.
So, and every once in a while, I will come back to What the Fuck Media Studios. Shout out What the Fuck Media Studios.
yeah.
Shout out Wheezy. Shout out Eden. Shout out everybody here. We live, baby. Angry Barista. Stay angry or not. So we see you again. See you again. Peace.
Peace.